Hello, everyone. I've been talking about this for a few days now, but want to share some of the work that I do with everyone. So I always share HR project-based work, human resources project-based work, and recruitment. And many of you out there probably know what that is. Even those of you that are in HR may not know what I mean by that. But I want to give you an example of something I'm doing for a client of mine. And so particularly this individual, they have a small company. They have an HR manager who is also their office manager. And that person is proudly having a child in July. And so they need to then take a maternity leave to bond with their child, care for their child, and they'll be doing so through November. And so one of the challenges that they were running into was, how do you replace a one-person HR department, right, for a temporary leave? So they went down the process of vetting out potential temporary opportunities or temporary placements, and that didn't ultimately become the decision that they wanted, right? And so part of that was there was a lot of stress around, if that person leaves for a full-time job, then who is going to be responsible for getting somebody new into the organization to replace that, and also make sure that person, the new person, is trained. That's something that the HR manager would generally be responsible for. And so the fact that she doesn't have to worry about, finding a replacement was something that was really ideal for her in our working partnership. The other concern they had is, what if the temp comes in and doesn't do all of the pieces well, right? Then that person's gonna come back to more work, or work that might, should not have been left over for them, right? And so there were a lot of concerns that they had around hiring a temporary employee to come in and do the work. This person is going to be on a leave of absence, bonding with a child. Their focus should be on bonding with their child and not worried about all of the work. And is it getting done appropriately? Is the person staying? Do they have to replace them? And all those other things that come with work stress. So my partnership is going to allow, and it already has started, that in the month of June, there's going to be some training overlap that happens. And then starting in July, when that person goes out on a leave of absence, I'm going to support them with 20 hours per week of work through November when she returns. Some of that work is going to be on site. It's going to include things like, helping with new hire processing, making sure payroll is done on a biweekly basis, making sure that open enrollment is processed in accordance with the timelines, updating pay and performance review documents, right? Anything that comes up that's HR related. But because she is also the office manager and sales sort of coordinator, right? She takes meeting minutes at the sales reports that happen weekly. She also provides reports about sales to internal stakeholders. So I'm going to be taking on those projects as well. So it's not just HR, sure, that's her role, but she's got other assets other aspects, I apologize, for her role that still need to get done. And so I'm taking on those as well. And so she doesn't have to worry about, is everything getting done? She knows that I'm being trained on her responsibilities, and come July, she is just there to bond with her child. So again, some of that's going to require me coming on site for a couple times a month. Other parts of it are going to be doing their work remotely. And so that's an example of how I can come in and support an organization that has a small HR department, and somebody is going on a leave of absence, and they need to process that leave of absence, or have somebody supporting them during that time, but don't have to hire a temp. They're still getting that work done on a project basis. So if you're in that situation, please call me. I'm happy to walk you through that process. We can always have a consultation for free and talk about what your needs are. Just wanted to provide you that example so that you have an idea that, yes, some of it is training and, hands-on project-based work that is, happening to complete a project, so to speak. But some of it is also helping with those transitions or those life cycle events that occur. And so just wanting to make sure that everybody knows, those things that I offer. So if you or anybody you know is in that situation, please feel free to send them to me or come on over and we can talk. Have a great rest of your day, and I will chat with you all soon. Bye now.